Hi, hello, welcome. I'm Marina, you know, that one girl that likes to talk a lot about houseplants, and welcome to Millennial Planter. So I thought I'd do a quick little new growth update. I like to do these pretty much on the reg because I like to share all my new growth with you guys and all my new stuff and what have you. And new growth is always so exciting and it brings me a lot of joy, and I already feel a crisp fall weather coming in, and I know my plants are going to slow down in growth, which is always bittersweet. So let's celebrate the new growth while we can with a new growth video. Do you have a lot of plants growing for you right now? Let me know in the comments down below. Let's get chatting. And before we get into the video, I know you like plants because you're watching this planty video. So go ahead, hit the subscribe button, help propagate this community together. I would absolutely love to have you. And now let's get into the video. So since I have this philodendron out already, you guys saw it in the thumbnail, so I might as well just share it now. My Philodendron mexicanum, who I talk about all the time, but I actually took her out of her little corner, and look at this. This is not just absolutely crazy. I love this plant so much. I know I talk about her quite often, but I can't help it. And you can already see that new leaf coming in there. It's nice, and it's like a lighter green color. It's still really floppy, and it's already coming out with a new leaf, even though this leaf hasn't hardened off yet. Like, what, girl, what are you on? It has these crazy aerial roots from when my AC broke. It sprouted all of these aerial roots. They still haven't really dried up. They've just been there. It's actually pretty crazy. And now I don't know what to do with her because she is starting to go way past that support that I gave her. I need to put that down. She's growing way past that support that I gave her, and I'm not sure if she's going to be able to support herself if she grows much taller. I do have her against the wall, so maybe I can somehow ricochet her up against the wall, but there's not much room for her to grow. I don't know. Maybe I'll put her just like on a bamboo stake and hopefully it'll hold up. I mean, it's a pretty thick stem that she has, but yeah, Philodendron mexicanum, she is just absolutely amazing. I actually found a video on Instagram of when I first got her. I put her on a moss pole and she was so tiny and so little, and she still had 3 fairly big leaves, but nothing compared to what she's at now. Like, she is a beast in the best way possible. All right, the next update is from my Anthurium magnificum. Anthuriums just have the weirdest growth habits sometimes. You could definitely tell she was turning towards the sun. But look at that new leaf. I'm actually really stoked for this one. It looks like it's going to be significantly bigger than its previous leaves, which is really exciting. I just love having big, beefy anthuriums, and look at those beautiful veins. Absolutely stunning. I got pretty busy this week, so when I came in my plant room, this thing was so tiny, and it was still that pinkish, purplish, reddish color that anthuriums usually have, and I came in 2 days later and it was like this. It was crazy how big it grew in just a matter of 2 days, but I can't wait to see the final leaf product to see what it'll look like. Usually I do have it faced this way though. I'm trying to get it to turn more towards the light, and I just have that trellis there supporting it because it was getting kind of floppy and almost top heavy. So I'm trying to let these aerial roots grow more down into the soil so that it can secure itself better. But yeah, it's doing really great. Next is actually something unexpected, something that I unexpectedly did. I have my lemon lime philodendron here. She's a little thirsty, but check out these huge leaves that she's starting to put out. And we continue to go up the wall, and the leaves are just getting bigger and bigger. It's kind of hard to tell on camera how big the leaves are and how they're sizing up, but if we compare it to the tiny little leaves that it had down here, you can definitely notice the difference there. So that's really exciting to see, and I'm just letting it do its thing, see where it's gonna go. It's just been really fun to see grow, and it's actually starting to attach some little aerial roots into that wall mount, and it's getting a lot of light from this bright house light, grow light, and you can see how those leaves kind of have like a reddish color. They're getting slightly sun stressed. So lemon lime philodendron is actually one of my ultimate favorite plants, top favorite plants, just because she is such a beauty. The next really exciting update is my queen anthurium. So this ended up being her leaf, how her leaf came out. I unfortunately tore the leaf again in typical Marina fashion. It's really annoying, but the leaf is still hard. I mean, it's still soft. It hasn't completely hardened off, so I don't know if it's still growing or what. But cosmetic stuff aside, the leaf did come out pretty well. I'm still not sure why the leaf crinkled up like that. I've never had an anthurium leaf do that before, or this queen has never had a leaf crinkle up like that before. So hopefully the new leaf, yes, it's coming out with a new leaf already. Hopefully that leaf does a lot better and grows normally. I don't know, you know guys, I try so hard with this queen, but I'm always messing something up. So we're gonna try again with that new leaf. Usually she only gives me new leaves like once every 6 months, so I'm really shocked to see that new leaf come in already. It's actually really exciting. I've been giving her more light. She's underneath that grow light, and she gets some action from that humidifier. So I think she's been liking her new environment that I've given her. I've upped the watering a lot too, so that seems to have a really good outcome. Giving her water. She is a thirsty gal. All right, going over to the tower corner. I'm not sure what to call this area. I need to come up with like a cute little name for this corner. But you know, this is where I have all my moss poles, grow poles, planks, bamboo stakes, just everything, and this is what it's looking like. I'm really excited to get all these plants to grow out. It's gonna look so pretty and so jungly. I recently put my Epipremnum skeleton key on there. It's coming out with a new leaf, but it's kind of comical. It's on this long, huge 4-foot plank. And it's like this tiny little 2-leaf plant, but it's adorable. Splendid is coming out with another new leaf, which is as expected. She's an overachiever. Melanochrysum is aborting a leaf and putting out a new one in true Melanochrysum fashion. And my Ripsalis, that I never talk about enough, is just stunning, as always. How freaking cute does she look in this vase planter, though? I'm obsessed. It adds such a cute little pop to this corner. Eventually I want to put my staghorn fern, I want to mount it and maybe put it on this wall. Sorry for the crazy lighting right now, but it's really dark and gloomy out. But yeah, okay, so that's that corner, and you guys have already seen the video of me rescuing the plants. The big plants I have no space for, and they're all doing really well. This Dracaena is coming out with a new leaf, which is so exciting. It's still doing well. I haven't gotten any yellowing leaves from either of just the Dracaenas. I put the smaller one here, and I think they just look really cute together. Still obsessed with how they look. And then here is the Pothos. I think she's thirsty. I'm gonna wait a few more days to water her though, but she stopped giving me yellowing leaves, so I think she's doing well and on the up and up. And she does have some new growth coming in. Those are from the vines that I cut. So there's like lots of little new vines coming in. So I'm really excited about that. She gets some grow light action from there and from here. So I think she's gonna be really happy, and I can't wait to see her grow in more. Checking out my prop box now. I'm trying to slowly phase this out and take all of these plants out. I'm not sure how that's gonna work in the winter time, but we'll see, just because I don't really have a place for it. Here I have my Bella that I am trying to rehab because I gave it root rot, and it's really sad. I'm actually pretty bummed about this. Bellas have my most top favorite Hoya blooms. They're so pretty. They look so fake. They're just absolutely stunning. And of course I overwatered her. She was in a ceramic pot downstairs in my bedroom, and now she's in this terracotta, and I didn't cut her up. I just cut the dead leaves off, and I'm hoping I just cut the dead roots off, and I'm hoping new fresh roots will just come from the stems. So we'll see what happens. I just noticed that this Philodendron Atabapoense is coming out with a new leaf. I won this one in a giveaway, so that's really exciting. And then my Philodendron Dodsonii, I think is how you say this, hasn't done anything yet, which is a bummer, but I'm just being impatient because I really want that plant to grow. It's super cool. And then, I don't know if I showed you guys this, but I have a tiny little baby Philodendron Billietiae I got it in a plant swap, and it is tissue cultured, and the mama plant was apparently variegated, but it hasn't put out any variegated leaves yet, so it's probably not variegated, but you never know. The potential is still there, but either way, it is so freaking cute, and it's doing really well, thankfully. Another update I haven't shared is actually I got some new plants in a trade. I got a Philodendron tortum and then a Philodendron Periso Verde. Look at that. This one was a top cut. It had some nice juicy aerial roots, so I'm pretty sure it's rooting really well. And that is the new leaf it's putting out. And the tortum was slightly rooted. I'm not sure how the roots are yet. I haven't seen any. They were like very small roots, so I put it in perlite, and I'm just trying to get those roots to strengthen up. I think, yeah, that's a new leaf that's about to come in. Oh, that's super exciting. I just noticed that. Wow. But I'm actually really excited about this plant. I never thought in a million years I would have a Philodendron tortum. I just love them because they're so funky. I also just recently got this Vivo Sun Light grow panel. It is the same people that make my grow tent, or the grow tent that I have. Other people make grow tents. But I love this light so much. The only thing I don't like is that it doesn't have an on and off switch, and I don't have it on a timer, so every day I have to come and unplug it. But it's fine. My plants have responded so well to this light already. You can see all of these leaves on this Sarawak are all new. This was not there when I had it previously. I actually had it under this grow light, and that vine was completely bare. So since putting it under here, I think maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago at this point, it has shot out all of those leaves, which is insane. And they're super sun stressed. So I'm actually shocked at how well this light has been doing. And I like it because it is a grow panel, so it's super strong. And I'm able to put my bigger plants here, because with the Barina lights, they're not that strong. So I have to have the plants super close to the light in order for them to be effective. And it only leaves room for plants to get to a certain height before I have to move them. But here, since this one is so bright and so strong, I could have a taller shelf space and fit more plants, more of my bigger plants. And I could have these hanging things here that I love to add to my grow racks. I have my Ficus umbellata that's there, that grew out of its previous spot. My Philodendron variegated burley marks put out this all cream leaf, which is good and bad. Just everything is doing so well. I put my my Baltic Blue, which I think is the Epipremnum, on a plank because I'm trying to get that to fenestrate. I heard they fenestrate really easily, so I'm excited about that. I also had to up pot her. Oh, and then remember those Siltzipicanas I just stuck in dirt? Those are doing really well. I had guessed that maybe like 50% of them would survive because I didn't put them in any sort of like humidity or anything. I just put them in dirt and put them on the shelf. And I was right, about 50% of them took, but they're growing in really nice and beautiful. And I just love Siltzipicana so much. Oh, under these grow lights, my Hoya obovata splash has also started to grow. I do need to do something because part of me feels like, I don't know if it's just a paranoia, but part of me feels like my plants have those freaking flat mites that everybody's talking about. So I'm gonna order a microscope and maybe test them out just to check the leaves up close and stuff. But my obovata splash definitely made me worry about that because it is a little funky. And then also the person that I got the obovata splash from has had a battle with like flat mites for a while. I don't know, now I'm paranoid that I have flat mites. I'm not mad about it. I feel like it's inevitable. Pests are inevitable, but I definitely have to check now, and now I'm more aware, and I'm not ready. I'm not ready. It's just a problem that I don't want to deal with, but I have to deal with. all of my Hoyas have pretty much been chilling. I think they're gonna come back in the fall when it's cooler, because a lot of Hoyas are they like to grow in the cooler weather, so we'll see. But I just potted up my Hoya lacanosa royal flush not too long ago, and that splashiness is just absolutely everything. It's so cute. I can't wait for it to bloom. My regular Hoya lacanosa is also about to bloom. But it was actually this shelf that made me worry about the flat mites, because my Hoya coronaria, for example, you can see all the yellowing on her. She just hasn't been doing well, and I don't know why. I did just recently repot her in this plastic pot and a bigger pot. I was kind of underwatering her, so that could have been a big sign, like a big reason why she hasn't been doing well. But I really want to check her for these flat mites, because I really love this plant and I don't want to lose it. These leaves here even look yellow, but they're not falling off and they're still growing. So I don't know. I don't know what to do with her. And then I just took my Hoya vitellinoides out of the tent because it didn't need to be in there anymore. And now she's just out here living her best life. Philodendron majestic is about to put out a new leaf, and that's super exciting. I'm trying so hard not to overwater this plant because it's in this ceramic planter. And then we go down here, and my philodendron, my Anthurium dorayaki is about to bloom. This is the newest leaf it's put out, which is absolutely massive. I'm shocked at how big this leaf is. She heard me talking about cutting her. I talked about that in a video like a few videos back, and she's like, no. So she threw out this huge leaf and a flower and another leaf. Like, okay, girl, okay, I get it. You don't want to be cut. I'm not going to cut you. So I'm really hoping that this girl and my Clairnervium can go through the male-female stage at different times so I can pollinate them. How exciting would that be? I would be absolutely ecstatic if that happened. Also, just noticed that new leaf is coming in on the Clairnervium, but she's doing really well. I can't wait to get bigger leaves on her too. I love big Clairnervium leaves. They're just so beautiful. Philodendron gloriosum is coming out with a new leaf, and I am so happy I have this plant and it's doing so well. Like 2 years ago, I had a really big gloriosum. It was actually a cutting, and it was very slightly rooted, and it just declined on me so fast, and my heart was so broken, and it kind of scarred me from gloriosums for a while. But I got this in a trade, I think last year, and I have just loved it. Absolutely love it. It's been so easy for me, and I am so happy I traded for it. 69686 is coming out with a new leaf. This one is super immature though. You can see this is one of the, I guess, OG leaves. Yeah, I can't wait to get more mature leaves and get those ears and those lobes back. But yeah, excited about that. My subhustatum, I accidentally broke the leaf. I was trying to help it out the sheath because it was in that sheath for so long, and I completely broke the stem. How annoying. I was so annoyed with myself. Gigantium is doing really well. All the philos, they are just popping off right now. And anthuriums. Oh, speaking of anthuriums, my king, this king, look at that. Look at that. Oh my God. I can't believe that. This leaf, it's already the size of my hand. And it's gonna be massive, y'all. Get ready for all the updates because it is gonna be crazy. Absolutely crazy. This one, I think, was the newest leaf, and that one's pretty thick, pretty hefty. And behind that is the staghorn fern that I'm actually thinking about mounting. She was in a really low lit area, so she's not doing the best, but I just put her there, and now she's hopefully going to be on the up and up. And after you all saw my plants that are not my favorite, my Alocasia Frydek decided to put out a new leaf, and it hasn't dropped any of its other leaves, which is huge for me. That never happens. So the key for me in alocasias is to wait for them to get super, super thirsty before I water them. I just potted up this Monstera that I can never remember the name of and put her on the shelf. She's doing great. And my Monaloa is just popping off, y'all. It's insane because my compacta and my variegated compacta, don't grow like ever. And this Mauna Loa is constantly putting out leaves and it is amazing. Look at those roots. Oh, it's so exciting. I love that plant. I love Mauna Loa so freaking much. I would highly recommend it. I don't know why that compacted grows so well. It's so weird. Oh, and then up here, I don't know if I showed y'all, but my white ghost euphorbia has been growing amazing this summer because I upped the watering on it. So now I water it probably once about every 2 weeks, and these arms just get bigger and bigger. And up here is actually another euphorbia-esque plant. And up here is another type of desert dwelling plant. You could see the name right there. I upped the watering on this too, and it has gotten so big. They were so teeny tiny, and then same with that euphorbia back there. That one has had a lot of new growth, so it's really exciting. I'm finally getting the hang of euphorbia and cacti. This is the aloe that was in that rescue video. I have it under here, under one of my brightest lights, so I'm hoping it does okay. Aloe make me so nervous though, because I'm so terrible with them. I also have this whole little philodendron corner now. I just got this bamboo stand. It's a little too big, so I kind of want to order another one, and I might put the Mexicanum on that. I'm not sure yet, but I think I'm going to make this like my big philodendron corner because they're all doing really well under here. I have my big Atabapoense there, the Pastizanum, and the Subincinum. Look at that new leaf. This one needs to be repotted already too, which is crazy because I just repotted it a few months ago. And now it is insanely hot. But I hope you all enjoyed that quick little new growth video. I hope it brought you joy like it has brought me joy, especially just taking time and concentrating on all of the new growth that I'm getting is really exciting. Because sometimes I feel like my plants aren't doing so well, but they actually are, aside from a couple of my Hoya. But we'll cross that path another time. Anyways, I hope you all are staying safe, staying happy and healthy, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!